How have you been, sir? Where have you been? You were just in Canada?
I'm good. Yeah, I was in Toronto, and I did some. There was the last two episodes of Todd and the Book of Purity.
Show that you're on in Canada?
Yeah, TV show that I did last year, and they brought me out to do a Q&A, a little half-hour Q&A, and live Twitter, which I found was really fun.
And would you do like your answer questions on Twitter while the show was happening?
Yeah, they showed the, because you can only see it there, so they'd have flying me up. So everyone's going to have to go fly up there.
Right.
Or drive up there. It's not too far from here, I guess.
But yeah, your TV show they could probably watch on YouTube.
You think you could? The whole episode?
Nah, the pieces. Enough.
Who wants to see pieces?
Oh, versus a fucking drive? Winnipeg? No.
Once, right? Once. It's really, they could probably fit on YouTube. It's really crazy, the 20 minutes. Like, I'm sitting there and it starts building up. I didn't realize how fast, like, a half-hour show goes. But anyway, because it was started and it ended. But it was fun, because we did the live Twitter, and I was watching it, and I was sitting on Twitter, and I got the tweet deck going, so there's a columns, and I put in Todd, you know, you can put a subject in. So
yeah.
And
you
yeah,
get cool. What questions? Do you get questions like, how big's your dick?
No, no.
Show us your dick.
No, they were mainly talking about the
on
church.
Twitter. Show us your dick.
Well, I was video chat.
So they can see you.
That would be awesome. No,
totally.
No, it'd be. I wouldn't show my penis.
No.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it Todd. I wanted to concentrate on the show. Right. Told me back there if I did it, they were going to call the cops, and I was thinking about it. They come running in my cock out and fall. Get against it, hard on. But yeah, no, it's fun. I just like it while we watch it. You want to see that right here? So if I had a boner, it'd be like this. But I did a little better than that.
There'd be more fluidity to that motion, is what you're
There'd be you know what? It wouldn't even be up because it's so tiny, too. It's like, my nuts would probably hit the floor before my heart hit. My balls are pretty low. They're like this. So, my dick is about this hard. I'm not going to show you.
But you're more, in terms of meat and potato, you're more potato than meat.
Yeah. And I'm
like Irish stew.
And I'm more,
that's what they used to call your dick in high school. There's a little Irish stew.
What's that they say, grower or shower? Because mine's more like if it's soft, if it's like there's blood flowing and it's soft.
Yeah.
It looks like okay. You would think if it got hard, it would double in size, but it doesn't really. So that's the thing. If it's soft, then I don't mind showing it. But if it was hard, I'd never show it because
really
it looks the same as when it was soft. So
that's losing, man.
Not really. It's like 3 times the size. Every motherfucker out there.
I remember we were on Zach and Mary, and I was trying to convince Mewes to go au naturel. At one point in the movie, Mewes walks out totally naked. And he was like, why? And I was like, because I realized my body of work is all about taking one piece of clothing off you per movie. And now we haven't done much. You got to go naked. And he's like, I can't, man. I'll go Jordan. He's got a fiance at the time. He's married to her. And I was like, go Jordan, man. That's not respectful. I can't be showing my dick in a movie if I got a fiance. And I was like, well, you owe me $25,000. I'll forgive your debt. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And when he came out, on the day to actually shoot it, like I didn't see him ahead of time with his gear off and shit. He came out of the room. If you've ever seen the movie, you know, Seth is talking to Elizabeth Banks on the other side of the door. Mewes comes out, another door from behind Rogan, and you don't see him. He seems topless for a minute. Then as he gets past Rogan, you can see his fucking dick is out. So I'm sitting here on the monitor, and I have seen Mewes' dick more times in life than I've seen my own. Now that, granted, has a lot to do with I haven't seen my dick in ages. But also just like he used to be the guy that was so free with his fucking dick, like a 5-year-old. They were walking around, not even a 5-year-old, 3-year-old. People got infants and shit. And you go swimming at their house and their kids run around with nothing on and just dick out. I was like, Mewes. All the time. Mewes the kind of guy you'd be driving with him and shit. And you'd be like, is it cold in here? And I'd be like, what do you mean? And you look down, he's got his pants around his knees, and he's going, So I've seen him dig an awful lot and shit like that, and I was just like, when he was coming out that door, I knew exactly what I was going to see, because I have a picture in my head. I've seen it before. And he came out, and he walked past, and I'm watching on a little monitor. You don't really watch the actual action when you direct. You tend to watch a little TV, which is weird. In order to direct features, you watch TV. And I'm very good at watching TV, which is weird. You think I'd be a better director. But anyway, I'm watching the monitor, and Mewes comes out, and you see him clear Seth Rogen, and all of a sudden, like, the dick that I was looking for, not looking for, like hungry for, but the dick that I was like waiting for, the one I was used to, was gone, and fucking Mewes had like a Marky Mark and Boogie Night size cock. Like, to me, it was impressive, and it was soft, it wasn't fucking hard, and I was like, how the fuck? Why does this get big? What happened? Like, we were in a little dick club together. How are you out of it? But you couldn't say anything. You can't say that out loud. Like, Mewes' dick looks bigger than normal. People would be like, I knew it. So I didn't say anything. I just sat there, suffered in silence, curious and shit. I was just like, what the fuck happened, man? I learned really hard way a long time ago. I was at the comic book store we had in Jersey, James Silent Bob Superstitions. It was when the Pamela Anderson fuck tape came out with Tommy Lee and shit. And it was before the internet and shit, so somebody literally sent me a VHS copy. And my friend Walter and Brian were down at the store, and I was just like, I brought the tape down the store, I was like, put this in the VCR, we gotta watch this, the Pamela Anderson fuck movie. And we put it in, we all started watching, and the people who were in the store gradually left. And the whole time, it was like, if you've never seen it, it's astounding. And this dude, Tommy Lee, he's got a fucking dick, like a baby's arm holding a pineapple and shit. Fucking huge, man. And he banged the shit out of him for like an hour. And his dick is so monstrously big, you just can't, I could not say anything about it. And Brian Walter and I were just all looking up at the screen, and I was finally like, he's got a big dick, right? And Brian Walter was like, no, he doesn't. And then I realized that I just didn't have a big dick. So I didn't want to say on set, like, Mewes' dick's looking bigger, and I kept it to myself, never mentioned anything about it and shit. Even though when I was editing the movie, I'd freeze it and be like, is it fake? Is he wearing a prosthetic and shit? And I saw, who was it? Affleck. Affleck came over to the house to watch the movie. He'd never read the script or anything. I called him up and said, hey man, come over and watch that. He rolled up, watched the flick, and after it was done, I walked in the room, talked to him and shit. And the second thing he said to me about the movie, he goes, Mewes' dick, you know that ain't his real dick, right? And I said, what do you mean? He's like, well, I've seen Mewes' dick more than I've seen my own. And I was like, me too. And he was like, that ain't Mewes' dick, man. That's fucking, that dick, that's a dude who's jerking off right there. I was like, no. He's going, Kevin, that man is one pump away from total lifting. I was like, really? He's only turgid as fuck. That whole thing's filled with blood, man. A breeze hit it, he would have been poing. He's going, that ain't his real dick. That's his almost hard dick, man.
It wasn't, though. It was full of blood. It was warm. It wasn't full of blood. But you know, like, if you're warm and it's like you're walking around and sweating, it's a little bit longer. But if it's cold, thirst and stuff, it's a little tighter. It's right now. It's a little tight right now.
You got sucked up and whatnot?
But anyway, he's I think he's jealous.
Do you remember what he said? I told you what he said, too. I came back here and I was just like, Affleck, dude. Affleck goes, fucking, you fucking were one bump away from total lift off. And he goes, he fucking said that? And I was like, he did. He goes, you fucking tell Ben Affleck for me, that ain't me on the way up, that's me on the way down. After the next time I saw Affleck, I was just like, hey man, I told me what she said. He's like, what did he say? I said, he said that ain't him on the way up. I was like, that's him on the way down. Affleck goes, what the fuck does that even mean? I was like, I don't know, it sounded funny when he said it. Let's open it up to cues for you, because I've been queuing for a while. Anyone want to ask old Mewes here a question?